Hi, everybody, and welcome to the New Jersey Titans Coach's Corner. I'm your host, Tom Willms, and I'm with the GM and head coach of the Titans, Craig Doremus. Craig, thanks so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me, Tom. I appreciate it.
Last weekend, another weekend split, this time against the Maryland Black Bears. I'm going to guess it just feels like you're holding serve, not gaining ground, not losing ground. Right now, sitting in fourth place. But with Danbury not playing too many games, they're going to catch up in games, which means that fourth spot could turn into a fifth spot. Splitting weekends, I would think, is something you need to kind of improve upon.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like you're in the coach's office with us day to day. Splitting weekends is not going to get the job done for us right now. I think our team and our game is trending in the right direction. But nevertheless, in this game, you're measured in wins. And right now we have to find a way to start linking some wins together so we can start climbing out of the current position we're in the standings. Again, I think our game has come a far way. I think we're trending in the right direction per se. But at the end of the day, we need to start stacking some wins up and start to climb here because, like you said, things are going to get hairy here towards the bottom, and we definitely want to be more trending towards the top and looking in our rear view instead of in front of us.
Game one last Friday, tight contest until late in the third when the Black Bears were finally able to pull away for a 4-1 decision. Did a great job getting pucks on net, but you ran into a pretty hot goalie. What do you tell the guys on the bench during a game like that?
Yeah, I mean, I thought strategically in terms of what we wanted to achieve was good. I did not think we did a good job of getting to the dirty areas of the ice to capitalize on some second and tertiary chances. And then there was quite a few pucks that just went through the crease and we weren't there, right? And when you do that, you start magnifying your own mistakes because they find the back of the net against you. And I think that's what happened there. Morelli played really well for them in net as he's done a number of times this year and stymied us. But nevertheless, got to find a way. You're not going to win many games scoring one goal, right? And I thought we did a decent job defending as well. I think we held them to under 30 shots on net, which in our league I think is somewhat of a very good job. So I was happy with that part of it. But how we're built and who we are, we need to fill the net way more often than that. So
in game two on Saturday, it seemed like you could do no wrong. A 9-2 win for your biggest offensive output of the season. After going 0 for 6 in the power play on Friday, you go 2 for 3 on Saturday. What did you feel, at least in the power play wise? What was the difference between the two nights?
Probably just a simpler mentality in terms of getting pucks towards the cage and not being as cute about it and looking for the perfect play. We're a first read team. We want to make first reads, exit and an entry, and even in the O-zone. I think if you do that consistently and you do it well, then it opens up some other stuff in terms of getting creative and manipulating the puck and the defenders different ways. But I think you have to establish that simple mindset early on. So for us, able to do that and find the back of the net there, I think we went to the right areas of the ice as well. Again, happy with the bounce back effort there. And it was a big game for us. Like you said, while we want to talk about stacking wins, we certainly can't be afford stacking any losses here as well. So happy with the bounce back.
Jack Ford, after missing Friday's game, stepped up big time. 2 goals, 2 assists, as he was named the game's first star, Division's Player of the Week. How big is it to have a guy like that to kind of step up in that situation?
I think when you talk about what Jack did for our team on Saturday night, it's not just so much about what he did Saturday night and not playing Friday night. Jack hasn't been in the lineup for us for quite some time. Yeah. He's been fighting to get in, wanting to get in, clawing his way in, but circumstantially just haven't found his way into the top 12. We had told him going into the weekend he was going to get an opportunity, and he responded very, very loudly, right? If you want to make sure you're in the lineup, that's how you answer it. And, for us as a hockey team, I think it's important for not only the coaches but the players in the dressing room realize how important Jack is to our team culture-wise. And he's probably the first guy at the rink every day. He puts in so much extra work on and off the ice and always has a positive attitude and he wants to and is proud to be a New Jersey Titan. So anytime he goes into the lineup, I think, and has some success like that, it invigorates the group because he's such a great teammate and such a great human being. And for us, it was a huge performance, right? Make no mistake about it, 4 points in a game there. And I know Jack had a great game, and I thought he was as important as anybody else, including Burke there in the pipe. So really proud of Jack and happy for him to have that success. And he's carried over, had a great week of practice this week, and we're looking forward to having him go again on Friday night.
Evan Werner has continued his hot season, 3 goals on the weekend, including 2 goals and an assist on Saturday. Leads the team with 12 goals, which is second in the league. What can you tell me about his game and why he's been so successful this year so far?
I think Evan is a really naturally gifted offensive player who has come to New Jersey with no ego and just continued to work hard and strive to get better every day in every aspect of the game. I think what you see offensively from him is special. And I think it's been really fun to watch him develop and grow as a player, even just in this short span of time from September through now. And when you think about what his future could be, it's even brighter. But I think Evan and his line mates have some really good chemistry going right now. When they move the puck, they're really dangerous. They have to continue to move it and play fast and play with speed. And again, I think for them, it's three guys who are pretty smart and savvy with the puck, but they have to know when to just be a little bit selfish and rear back and shoot it, and when to make the next level play. And I think they're starting to have that identity and purpose. And they've been, pretty consistent in terms of their offensive contributions over the last 2 weekends here. Even though it's over the course of a month, the last 2 weekends, they've come together really nice.
Now, towards the end of the game, there was a distinct snarl that kind of developed in the contest, harkening back to the early days of the East Division. 3 fights in the game, certainly something you're not going to see a whole lot in this day and age as far as the NAHL is concerned. As a fan, yeah, a lot of fun to watch, but I'm sure on the bench, a little bit of a different experience for you.
Man, that's a tough question, Tommy. I think when you peel back the layers of the onion, you get a little bit frustrated because you realize that 2 of the guys are now suspended for Friday night. But I think in the context of the moment, I understand and respect what they're doing in terms of sticking up for themselves or a teammate or just having a backbone for us. When you talk about the 3 gentlemen who had fights, it's probably guys who wouldn't be the first name you pull out of a hat when it comes to that. Younger, smaller players who I think did a great job of holding their own, and I think they inspired their teammates in terms of competition and push back. And I thought it was a big part of us pulling away like we did. I know the sport's changing and evolving, but I still think there's a part of the sport that revolves around some toughness and having an edge to you and not backing down or enforcing your will, whatever way you want to say it. And I was really, really, really proud of all 3 guys and the job they did. And I think their teammates not only respect what they did, I think they appreciate it too as well, because we want to make sure that if we are filling the net and having some luck there offensively, that we're not going to get pushed around and taken advantage of either. So proud of those guys and happy for them.
Now, talking about Burke, you mentioned him earlier, solid presence in goal all season, but at least in my opinion, he's kind of been snake bitten. He's made big saves. He made some huge stops in the first period of Saturday's game and finally rewarded with a second victory of the season. That has to feel good for you and him, obviously, getting that win in such a stress-free fashion.
Yeah, I agree. And I think your comparisons there are dead on. I think he's been snake bitten because there's been he probably deserves better numbers and better faith than we've been able to afford in front of him right now. It's really come on. His game's really growing here over the last, I would say, probably his last 6 or 7 starts here. Aside from a hiccup in Maryland there late in 2020, I think his game's really been good and really coming on, and happy for him to get the win, because as a goaltender, you want to win. You want to give your team a chance to win. He's done that more often than not. I think the guys have responded to him. They want to compete. They want to play in front of him. And like you said, he makes some really big saves. I think his performance got a little bit overlooked there because it ends up being a little bit more of a lopsided score than it really was. But he makes some really big saves in the first, some tremendous saves in the second. I think at that time it was either 2-0 or 3-1 us. And that allows us to pull away there towards the end. So really happy for Burke and proud of him, and looking forward to another good performance from him on Friday night.
Now, before we take a peek forward to this weekend's action, I had a chance to chat with former Titans goalie Brandon Perrone. As you're aware, he goes to Anchorage, Alaska, plays college there for a year, but then not only is their season cut because of COVID, their program disappears, and now he's got to find a new home. He finds a new home transferring to Long Island University. When I talked to him during the intermission on Saturday, he credited you with helping him along, not only to get to Anchorage, Alaska, but to Long Island University. What can you say about that?
No, anytime these kids achieve that type of opportunity at the college level, it takes a village of people to get it done, whether it's their folks, their goaltending coaches, family advisors, whoever's involved at that level is part of it. It's not, I'm furthest from it. Like, I just think players, you want to advocate for them. You want to speak fondly about them, give everyone an honest opinion about who they are as a player, more importantly, what they are as a person. And anytime anybody's called me about Brandon, it's been a pretty easy conversation just because of who he is, and what I believe in him to be on the ice, and what he did here as a New Jersey Titan. So I'm really proud of him. Couldn't be more happy for him. Obviously, a Long Island player getting to play at Long Island University. Can't write a better script than that. And he'll go from being on the last team in Alaska to the first team at LIU. Kind of unique story there. And I think he'll represent us and himself and his family really well there, both on and off the ice. And I'm excited for him to get started with that group. They have a special thing going on there from the grassroots up. And I know Brandon will do them well on the ice, and when he gets his opportunity to go in net, he'll make sure he battles and competes for the team. And I know he'll always represent us the right way in the dressing room and around the campus there. So happy for Brandon, eager to watch now. Hopefully he could get in some games here in the second half with those guys and lead them to some more victories as they go here in their inaugural season.
It goes to show that once a Titan, always a Titan. Even after you go complete college, you can come back and say hi, and the Titans organization will certainly help out as best they can. Now we look forward to the weekend against Johnstown this coming weekend. They feature the top goal scorer in the entire league in John Gillette. In fact, they have the 3 of the top 7 point getters in the entire league. Certainly a challenge that you're going to have to be up for.
Absolutely. We've had some spirited battles with them already this year. It's a good hockey team. They're a deep, physical team. They play the game the right way. It's an honest game. They're good from the back line out, so we have to make sure that we're ready to go. I think we've had a good week of preparation in terms of what we want to do tactically and what we have to do to compete day to day. But now puck's going to drop. We got to go out there and do it. Like you said, led by a powerful offensive line up front. 3 guys who have had a lot of success here in the North American League early on. But I think most importantly is that it's a deep team as well. You can't overlook any of their guys. They all come to play. They know how to play the game the right way. And we got to make sure we're sound in all 200 feet and up and down our lineup if we're going to give ourselves a chance to win.
Not only are they playing at a pretty high level offensively, they're winners of 4 in a row, 7 of the last 10. Their last 2 games were blowout shutouts. What do you need to do offensively to get in the head of that defensive core, which has been absolutely perfect for a while now?
Probably, if I had to guess, just make them defend a little bit longer than they have. They do a good job of zone exits and denying a lot of stuff around the middle of the ice. So I think just making them defend, spend time in their zone, and then obviously force them to work, hopefully get them to take some penalties and allow us to get our power play on track and go to work there. But anytime you can put a team on their heels and force them to play without it, probably better your chances of winning. So just force them to defend, match their intensity and physicality early on, make sure we're good in the face-off dot. We want to be accountable to our line changes and what we have to do tactically there as well. And I think passion and emotion is a big part of our hockey team. We have to play with that. We have to have a chip on our shoulder. Those guys, they're near the top. Them and Maine are near the top of the standings and where we want to go to. So you got to go through those guys right now. And we know it's a great opportunity for our young hockey team to take the next step.
Well, as we mentioned, 2 games this weekend, both against Johnstown, Friday at 7:30, Saturday at 7, both on Hockey TV. Make sure to tune in a little bit early as we'll have pregame shows for both games as well. Craig, thanks so much for joining me and taking the time this afternoon.
Thanks, Tommy. I appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you Friday.
There goes another edition of the New Jersey Titans Coaches Corner. I'm your host, Tom Willms, and we'll see you real soon.